Okay, so I guess I'm gonna fight Shetland Apache in the showcase match real quick. We are playing with the banner rules. It should be noted that the armies still do follow under banner rules. Wait, you know what, of course, as soon as I say that, Shetland, both of my players say that they're coming, so never mind. I appreciate your willingness to help, but, I guess these guys are both ready, like, right now, so... that timing, though. I'm sorry, Shetland. You know what? We'll fight again after. How about that? We'll do a showcase match after, because this is only going to be a best of 5. So if you can stick around, then we can do this. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, both of my literally as you're about to join, both of my players are like, "Oh, I'm ready." So we got Alric versus Zeus here. They're going to be fighting, whoops, not that, in a best of 5. And Aerocrastic. Why didn't you guys join for the tournament? You guys could have signed up for the tournament before. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. Well, I'll be hosting this format again, because I think, like, if you're going to do small unit settings, I think this is one of the only ways that you can even do them. And I don't know if this is actually going to work that well. We'll see. I just kind of wanted to try. So, yeah, I was just thinking to myself, like, I want to do something very different. Like, how would I do a small units tournament? And I was like, okay, if I did ultra funds and large armies, then something like a breath attack, because in banner rules, you could still only bring, what, like 2 units with breath, something like that, right? So... Triple Cetra OP Chariot. Yeah, we'll see. In this small funds, it's a wild time. I mean, heroes have like less than 1,000 HP, and the unit balance is all over the place. So it's really hard to know what to expect in terms of engagements. Just because the HP scaling is kind of all over the place, especially for like spells and stuff, like spells and breaths and abilities. So I'm genuinely curious to see how this goes. So let me just quickly pull up the maps here. What I had put. We're going to start on excavation site. Cool. Yeah, magic I don't think scales. Same thing with like breaths and abilities potentially, so we'll see. I mean, you are limited in the number of like heroes and magic users and breaths, and that was kind of my thinking in having the ultra funds. Oh, here we go. Large armies, ultra funds. There we go. So let's check out the bracket here. And we're off. Gonna get these guys get their picks and bans locked in. Yeah, mass. Yeah, and like it's melee defense too, because if you miss an attack roll, that's like you can do like a huge percentage of a unit's HP, right? So, holy cow, Tam10 coming in. Some love for the channel as always. Thanks, man. Much appreciated. Very generous. Been away for a few weeks. Needed to pay the peasant fee. Hey, man. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Yeah, I hadn't noticed you around in any of my live streams over the past few weeks, so good to have you back. Yeah, the models. Summon time. That's a good question, Shetland. I have no idea. That's a really... I don't know. See, all of this is unknown to me, which is why I wanted to do this. This is purely experimental, just to see how this goes, because I really have no idea. Yeah, I would assume it's just a lower model count instead. But on the flip side, that does mean that summons are a lot less worth it, right? Because if the damage scaling from damage spells doesn't change, but the models from summons does change, then, you know, it follows then that you're getting way less gold value for your summons, right? At lower funds. So that you should instead use your magic on damage spells? Correct me if I'm wrong? This is Skaven Science. Also, how much weapon strength do single entities do? I'm not really sure. I don't want to click on one of these guys' armies to give it away. We'll see. I'm sure both these guys are going to be bringing some single entities, but... Alric, Norska ban Wood Elves, and Lord Zeus doesn't even have Wood Elves. That's funny. That's the interesting thing about the pick and ban system is you don't know, you just assume most people, everyone has all DLCs, right? Like, you have to just assume that. But then if they don't, then you're like, oh, I could have used that ban on someone else. You know somehow, but 75% of normal size? I think the weapon strength is the same. I want to say... I could be wrong, but... Oh, is he gonna go with the coast? Looks like he's checking some stuff out. Yeah, Norska's an interesting one, because I would imagine that, like, the boat is going to be really potentially strong here. Here's the thing, though, is because all the units have such low model count, like those AoE damage spells, and especially in large funds, or ultra funds, large armies, like, you can potentially spread out your formation so much. And the other thing, too, that I thought would be interesting about this format is if you do that, you're going to have a lot more units to micro, so potentially it might be more challenging. It's weird. I wanted to see how this would work. This is why you should research your opponent, Shetland. Yeah, see, if we wanted to be real pros, we'd be like watching film and stuff, but, I mean, I would say most of the top-end players probably watch a ton of the content just because they love it, and then they end up seeing a lot of people playing a lot, right? Artillery's going to be awful. Much worse chance to hit smaller targets. Yes, but if it kills models, if a cannon shot, for example, if it hits your cavalry unit, it's going to kill like half of it. I mean, it already does to a degree, but even more so. So if you have a look here, we're on large armies, ultra funds, and something you can't see is the small unit sizes. So the units are at their minimum model count and HP under their graphics settings. Yes, that's the one. Tam and Ten's gotcha. I'm a little on the delay from the interwebs, so there you go. It's a good time. Should be a good time. I am just... It's gonna be wild regardless. Hang on. 34. Oh, 17. Oh, it's... Oh, okay. So they're saying it's giving me... it's giving double? Okay, so I need to come in here and 17,000? Like that? There we go. Custom funds. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I didn't even realize. Depth Guard 15 unit models. That's interesting. If you use the large armies, it actually increases the gold. I didn't know that. Interesting. Magic is gonna be OP. Yeah, that's why I wanted to have the large armies, right? Might be a bug. I don't know. I feel like the depth guard 15 models. I feel like that's about right. Two-thirds of the normal unit sizes. Yeah, I guess that's right. They would have to have, like, way increased stats. No, I think on small funds it's, like, a third. I think it's 1/3 of the unit size on small. I think it's the third. I'm pretty sure. Let me look at something real quick. I'm gonna put a screen blocker up. Let's just switch back. Nope, that's the wrong one. Back over here. Now let me look at something. Yeah, it's a third of the unit models when you're on small. Yes, small, normal, large, and ultra. Yeah, so normal multiplayer battles are on large. This is on small, so the units have a third of the models. Like, just as an example, basic infantry would normally have 90, have 30 models, right? So, this is what I mean by there's a lot more units to micro. And also, if you spread out a lot, then those AoE damage effects potentially aren't going to be hitting very many units, right? So, it'll be wild. I don't know. I have no idea how this is going to work. Just get 3 of each unit, right? Yeah, I think you're thinking of normal unit sizes are 2/3. Yeah, this is wild. Man, just looking at what's happening here. Oh man, yeah, I'm gonna give these guys plenty of time to pick their armies because this is pretty different. Did all the players change unit size? So only the host of the lobby has to have the unit settings, and since I'm hosting as a spectator, I actually have the unit settings on my graphics, and I think they did as well, just because I told everyone to, right? But yeah, only the host needs to. So if you ever go into a lobby, for example, and you notice that you're like a lot of people play on Ultra for campaign, right? If they have a really good system, like why not play on Ultra? So oftentimes those people, when they go to host multiplayer games, like forget to switch back. You'll go in and you'll notice that your infantry have, like your state troops have like 120 models. Then you know that you're on Ultra instead of large, which is what quick battles are on. Yes, Hamilton, that is correct. Let's see here. Just checking builds real quick, just because I know this format's weird, so I want to make sure we're all within the rules and everything, but everything looks good here, so... Cool, cool. Oh, Harkon's animations. Single gyros. Yeah, it's a gyrocopter equals gyro bomber now, basically. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm probably going to host another tournament on this, just because I think one best of 5 is not enough data. I think we're going to need more data, so... Switch on over to this. And, you know, actually, I think I have one with... nope, that's not it. Nope, we'll just stay there. Oops, this is the wrong map. That's fine. That's fine. We'll just fight on this map. Oh no, this is the right map. Excavation site. Okay. Well, you'll see. You will see. if she hits, it's a single unit deleted. Yeah. Already will be terrible. We'll see. I think because honestly, if a cannon hits a unit, it will kill like most of the unit. I think with one cannonball. So we're gonna find out though, because it does look like there has been some already brought, and that does include Queen Bess. So yeah, Queen Bess is here, and we've also got some more artillery. It looks like a carronade. Nocti Boy, double goose. You can see the goose only has 1800 HP. We've got some fell bats. Looks like a line of zombie guns and bombers. Look at these guys, 40 models. 40 models on the deckhand mobs. That's pretty much the best you can expect from any unit in this size settings. If you look at Noctilus, this is he has 1000 HP at 1200. Yeah, let's have a look at Norska's build. Throg, 2000 HP plus regeneration, and his weapon strength is still the same, right? 495, I think, is the same. He might be over 500. I don't know. It might be slightly lower. I want to say that's the same, though. Same with the Balefiend, 400 weapon strength. So those guys will be able to more or less, like, two-shot heroes, I think. Yeah, it's going to be intense. They get good hits. We've got Marauders here, Marauder Spearmen, lots of Javelin Hunters, 3 of them, and looks like some Skin Wolves over here on the side, a couple of Berserkers, including the Brutes of the Hound. We've got Famir Miststalkers and some Horse Masters. So very interesting. Exact same weapon strength. Yeah, that means that heroic... This is what I mean by melee defense means even more. Like, melee defense is already the most important stat, but if you miss on one of these attacks, that's huge. Or conversely, if you have enough melee attack to hit consistently, you only need a couple of hits to change things. So, yeah, this is going to be wild. This is going to be pretty wild. I don't know how well this could be very short. This might actually work better on like medium unit settings. We'll see. But again, this is highly experimental. One cannon. There's one cannon. Oh, that's such RNG. Again, though, if that hits, I mean, that kills like 4 or 5 models on contact. That's a good percentage of the unit. Or if that kills one Skin Wolf, that's, you know, Skin Wolf should be really tough. Yeah, these 6 models here with regeneration, 1800 HP, they should be pretty good. All right, and they're off. Oop, let's see what goes here. These fell bats. Gonna get some hits to the face immediately. They don't take too much damage there. Just some nice gentle pokes. As the Horse Masters move up, the Miststalkers do get spotted there. And the Queen Bess opened up. Doesn't look like she got too great a contact on that first shot. Probably going to be trying to dodge those shots as much as possible. The geese are flying over the pit here, along with the bats. Be moving up on the Norskin's flank. Alric doing a nice kind of wide sweeping motion here. Ooh, let's see, Queen Bess. Bit of a swing and a miss, but it does kill about a third of the unit. Or its HP, rather. Killed about not quite a quarter, but here comes the goose. Straight up the pipe. Looks like, yeah, a lot of spread kind of javelin hunters here. Potentially going to be hunted down. Throg is nowhere really to be found here, so this is potentially unfortunate. There's not too much gold value right here. The javelins can somewhat turn and fire, but the skin wolves honestly should probably just redeploy up and over here. That being said, it looks like he's trying to use his mobility to try and push up and around here a little bit. These Horse Masters probably can just charge straight up into melee on those gunners and beat them. That being said, for they are kind of just hanging back for the time being, allowing these Miststalkers and other units to kind of form up and get close here. But it does look like so far the artillery is paying off somewhat. Let's see, a single solitary kill on that carronade. That one's got 3. Keep in mind, though, that those Horse Masters only have 15 models, right? So that is actually some amount of damage there. Queen Bess, 13 kills, and able to, along with these bats, pretty much break apart this Norskin advance in terms of its ranged component there. There's a few units kind of spread around here quite a bit, but a beautiful burning head coming in. I don't know that that was necessarily overcast, but it looks like the Marauder Horse Masters kind of forming up into a little bit of a squad here. Going to try and start to push through. There's a beautiful concave of handguns, though, and that's going to be potentially devastating. Throg is completely healthy, though, just pushing straight through. No worries in the world. The Skin Wolves are kind of protecting the Brutes of the Hound and these other Berserkers here from getting YOLO charged by the Terrorgeist, which is quite nice. And here come the Miststalkers. They're going to eat a little bit of this handgun fire, which is definitely not the best, but yeah, Alric getting a little bit blobbed up with these Marauder Spearmen. That is going to get punished pretty badly by those bombers, but if the bombers get interrupted in melee, obviously they'll get taken out very quickly. We've got a couple of zombie guns. Basically shut down. That unit wasn't quite shut down, and it's going to get back up and keep fighting, but the Marauder Horse Masters just pushing through super aggressively, trying to get through and get onto Queen Bess to at least interrupt her, stop her from firing. These Skin Wolves, though, are still very healthy. They're going to be pushing through. The Bale Fiend, oh man, that Bale Fiend got savaged very, very quickly. Almost missed it entirely. Terrorgeist just came in and deleted that poor Bale Fiend there. So the Winds of Magic for Norska will be gone, which is very unfortunate. These Skin Wolves aren't having the best time either fighting this Terrorgeist. Because of their low HP, I mean, they lose like one model and they're going to get terrified because of that low leadership. Likewise, oh man, those Miststalkers also taking some huge hits there. Only 4 models on them is a very, very low model count. And look at that cannon shot, man. You guys were saying the cannons are going to be bad. One cannon is enough at this range. If you get a hit, it will do devastating amounts of damage. Wow, that was impressive. Yeah. Yeah, Lord Zeus using the train very well here, and again, the Terror Goose only needs a couple of hits, dives down real quick, beats Throg up, and is going to quickly squawk away, I don't know, honk away, I guess whatever goose sounds goose make, but yeah, that was relatively quick. I mean, Norska's interesting. I do think that the lower HP factions are going to be potentially much worse. Norska has good amounts of HP on certain units, but certainly this is a matchup I think that potentially could be rough for them. And the artillery, I mean, you guys were poo-pooing on the artillery, and yes, it's highly RNG specific, but man, just a couple of hits from those carronades because of that high missile damage, that was enough. Don't know how many trolls. GG. Yeah, that was a lot of zombie guns. That was a lot of zombie guns. And it was within, there's a 12 ranged unit limit, and he was within that. But yeah. Low leadership, yeah, that was definitely a factor here as well. The terrain, the low leadership, the build from Lord Zeus, and the way he used the terrain, it was really a pretty good game on his side. Yeah, that goose was brutal. True terror goose. Okay, so let's go to MP Heroid Ridge. That'll be the next one. And now Zeus has the pick and ban. Undead are very strong. Yeah, I think the crumbling mechanic is potentially even way more broken in the small unit sizes. I mean, crumbling is already a pretty broken mechanic, to be honest. That being said, I think you could potentially abuse it a little bit as well to try and get low-tier units to disintegrate very quickly. If you're able to do enough shock damage to them and hit them with a couple different leadership effects at the same time, you could probably just, like, crumble them almost instantly. But, yeah. Single entities are OP. Yeah, I think you're right. Mammoths would probably be a good pickup. I think so too. I think if you got the mammoth that had the damage resistance, that'd be pretty decent. Then you come in, disrupt the missile line, bring that mammoth up. The Wolfric with the boats as well, just for that AoE damage effect. Probably be pretty strong. Tomb King's Band Empire. Interesting. Very interesting. I know what I would pick in this counter matchup, but we'll see. Yeah, I think so, Tamanton. I think so. And especially because those ones are a little bit less accurate as well. They tend to be less accurate. I would think though that something like an elf bolt thrower would still probably be. I don't know. The missile damage there is just so low that it might not be worth it. Although on this unit size settings, it's higher, right? So maybe the elf bolt thrower would actually be really good in this size setting because it has a pretty fast fire rate. Same thing with the Dawi bolt thrower. That might actually be better because it's cheaper as well. So you can take more of them, right? One unit model bolt thrower. Yeah. Yeah, but again, because the missile damage doesn't change at all, but everyone else's HP is much lower, so one of the downsides of bolt throwers is that they have kind of lowish missile damage. But obviously, if everyone has lower HP, the accurate are accurate and have faster fire rates generally, right? So I would think actually that both the Dawi bolt thrower and both of the Elven bolt throwers would be good in this size setting. Ooh, looks like Alric's gonna respond with the vampire counts. Yeah. Yeah. Like Ushabti Great Bows, I don't know, because they're a multi-model unit, right? Like basically the less unit models an artillery piece has, the better it will be in this size setting, right? Like in theory, a Hell Cannon would also be really strong here because it's going to have the same missile damage as the Hell Cannon in regular, right? So, or like a Stegodon, like Cygors, like Bone Giants, I bet would be super strong in this format. We'll see. We may see a Bone Giant here. Hellblaster Volley Gun, Hellblaster Volley Wagon has one model. Baseline it has 3. It would still be pretty strong though, even with just one model. But Steam Tank though, oh man, the Steam Tank would be amazing in this format. Or like a Luminarch? Holy cow, Luminarch will literally one-shot units in this format, I think. I'm pretty sure a Luminarch will one-shot, especially if you take a Lore of Fire build. I'm pretty sure you can one-shot pretty much anything in this size setting. Let's test that. I don't know about anything. I should say pretty much anything that has, like... Because Luminarch does, what, like 1,500 damage? Something like that? Yeah, so, like, if you combo some things together with Kindle Flame and stuff, you can potentially get a ludicrous amount of damage out of a Luminarch. Like, potentially almost up to double, so... Like, in theory, you can one-shot things like 2,000 HP-ish, I think. "100% one-shots Tomb King's characters." Yeah, in this size setting, for sure. For sure. Oh, man. Yeah. Man, Volkmar is probably even more OP in this size setting, too, because you still have those big Bunker Buster AoE damage spells. Hmm. Very, very good. Yeah. He will take 0 damage. Oh, man. uh... Oh yeah, Flaming Sword increases missile damage, proc Kindle Flame. If you really want to get cute, you can try and bring a Huntsman General and hit him with the Flask, although that's a lot easier said than done. Yeah, that's a decent point, Yosef. Depending like regen, especially for single model units, regen for multi-model units. It depends. If it gives you like the weakness to fire, for example, that can be bad, right? But I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab a drink of water, guys. I'll be with you in just a moment. And we're back. So, let's see here. I think I can get a scoreboard figured out while we're waiting. That's, not that, not that. That's not what we're about here. Nope, nope. There we go. Oop, nope, nope. Oh, here we go. I think I got it. Okay, I'll probably also put on some music in the kind of downtime we've got here. Hey, what's up, Falcon? Killing Vlad? Yeah, yeah, actually, because I don't know how much HP he has, but the damage resistance is still legit, right? So, that score is wrong, first of all. Nope. We've got... Rick, there we go. You guys are ready for me, so let's get that loading in. While I'm fiddling with some stuff over here. Do I not have the player 2 on here? I only have player 1, huh? Okay, well, I guess Albrecht doesn't get to be special then. Thought I had both players on here, but that's... Okay. So, anyway... It's currently 1... 0 for Lord Zeus. I guess that's true, Shetland. Well, no, I thought damage resistance applies to incoming weapon strength, right? So if you're resisting 90% of incoming like 500 weapon strength, right? Then I guess you're still taking like 100 damage, which is a lot for your percentage of HP, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let's have a look at the builds here. We'll start with... Oops. Start with Ulrich's Vampire Counts here. He's gone with an Air Force. Got the Red Duke on Hell's Steed. Or, yeah, whatever this thing's called. Hell's Steed? Sure. Also, Vampire's Lore of Death. Got 2 Geese. Got some Crypt Horrors and a Claw of Nagash. Actually, I want to say the damage scaling from this is going to be different because everything has low models. I don't actually know how that will work. Is Spirit Leech just good against everything in this format? I have no idea. Skeleton and Graveguard. We've got some Crypt Horrors, as I said. Zombies up front. And yeah, Blood Knights with just 15 models. Pretty much it. As for the Tomb Kings, got 2 Bone Giants with a Necrotect. Looks like Arcan the Black and a Lich Priest Lore of the Light. A couple of Skeleton Horsemen Archers with a Hero Titan. Casket of Souls, Kepper Guard with Skeleton Warriors, and Scorpion Legion with Skeleton Spears. So pretty good stuff. The Bone Giants are an interesting one, definitely. They hit super hard with their missile damage, right? Like very, very hard. 200 bonus versus large. So, the Bone Giants are going to be very strong here, I would imagine. Do they also do flaming damage, or do they do magic damage only? I can't remember. I think it's just magic damage. Yeah, just magic damage, so they won't actually get any damage increase against the geese here, but it will be a significant, significant amount of potential damage on these heroes and lords here. Yeah, only 1200 HP, so literally this thing can get, the Red Duke can get 2-shot by these Bone Giants, so he has to be really, really careful here. The Casket's going to, of course, be firing over this infantry force, which can heal itself up somewhat, but Red Duke immediately coming down here. I didn't see... must have just taken some shots from those Skeleton Horseman Archers, which actually did a lot more HP damage than what I was expecting, but he is making contact with some of them. Same thing with the Vampirus over here. You can see the Geese. Oh, man, the one shot there from the Bone Giant just does so much damage. Wow. Wow, yeah, single model artillery, I guess, really is the way to go in this format, right? Likewise, Lich Priest Lore of Light. Oop, trying to go for the snipe there, But looks like, unfortunately, that Shem's Burning Gaze, most of the missiles actually hit the ground there. But it does look like Spirit Leech on Arcan the Black. He's now going to come in and Spirit Leech the Terrorgeist here. So lots of nasty magic on both sides. But Red Duke has been able to catch these Skeleton Horseman Archers, start to pick away at a few models there. Spirit Leech on the Terror Goose is not going to do too much, and it is dodging the shots somewhat of these Bone Giants. But Alric, honestly, with these expensive single models, I'd probably just pull back out of range as much as possible, and just try and not take those shots too much. But, oh man, the Goose, barely dodges that shot. Yeah, if he can kind of fly around in circles near the Mortis engine, that will actually give him some additional healing to try and stabilize there. But Alric's force is definitely taking a pounding on the approach here. He's Graveguard and other units taking a severe amount of damage from that single model artillery. Let's see, Cryptors brought a little bit far forward here. They often do this because they're just faster, but oh man, that Shem's Burning Gaze on the Red Duke there. Absolute brutality. That overcasting has just about finished off that Lich Priest there, but oh yeah, maybe should have actually used that Spirit Leech on the Lich Priest just to try and finish him off, but instead he goes after Arcan, and this Terror Goose is at its healing cap already. That is just absolutely wild. Meanwhile, the Cryptors run in. They're not going to do great against this Hero Titan. The Hero Titan does flaming magic damage, so he will do increased amounts of damage, obviously, to those Cryptors. The Blood Knights come in. They're just going to wreck those Skeleton Horsemen, but a very nice summon from Arcan the Black. Let's see, what is that, 50 skeletons there? So that's a pretty good amount of skeletons. The Bone Giants are kind of firing out in the distance, and how did that make contact? That is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, man. But the infantry finally getting in there for Alric Rahl. He does have some skeletons and some zombies. This Claw of Nagash going to be able to come forward, start getting some good damage in that way. Arcan is going to go down here. The Goose, one of the Goose has gotten in, made contact. We've got some, let's see, Cryptors here. Oh, man, but the side shot. He needs to take out those Bone Giants. Nope, too late. Goose is gone. Yeah, I was thinking the Bone Giants would be absolutely brutal here, but that single model artillery really has been what has carried the day so far for Lord Zeus. Wow. Yeah, okay, so what have we learned here? Someone needs to take Empire in the next round, I think, before we really draw any full conclusions, but I really would love to see like an Empire versus Lizardmen for round 3 with some Stegodons and some Steam Tanks. Yeah, Monstrous Infantry. Yeah, the Monstrous Infantry is a weird one, but the Monster Artillery is one that I think is definitely has something going there. Imagine the Luminarch. Yeah. Our Titan destroyed everything in its pack. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty brutal. That was pretty brutal. The single model artillery, I think, really is the biggest thing. Yeah, I might end up actually doing this on normal next time rather than small. I think small might be a little bit too small for like Hero and Lord's HP, but yeah, I don't know. I guess it's not really possible for them to scale the damage or the weapon strength rather. But let's see here. Ogam Shard, okay. The Ogam Shard. Two Spirit Leeches and a Burning Gaze. Yes, yes, and increases Winds of Magic. Yeah, so that was actually a really strong pick. Good thinking, Yosef. Yeah. Yeah, Cartoon Empire. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I don't really know. um, um, okay. Yeah, yeah, I think it's a little bit too much. I think it's the like only having 1,000 HP because a lot of units have like 400 to 500 weapon strength, and that's literally like two-shotting some units. So it's like classic Total War. One cannonball kills your general. No, not really. Kind of, but yeah. Warn the chamber, yeah. Yeah, I think this is maybe a little bit too much. Then again, this is why I didn't make a prize for this tournament. Like, I considered making a prize for this tournament, but then I was like, this format is so weird. Like, I want to make sure this actually works okay before I do it. Yeah. Yeah, I'll think about some ways that I could potentially balance this out, but I think there is something here, definitely. I want to say that this is a format that, if with some tweaking, could do alright. Yeah, I for sure understand Alric's frustration, especially 2 games with single model artillery like that. That's rough. And I'm guessing Lord Zeus is probably gonna go with more single model artillery. If I had to guess, that would be the good thing to do, I think, from a competitive sense. But then again, I mean, Lewin does have Lion's Shield, and yeah, I mean, it's still like it's 88% resistance, but I still would wonder because Kindle Flame is like would affect that, right? Potentially, you'd have like a minus 20 something. Yeah. Or maybe I'll just have a ban on single model artillery if I do it on this unit size setting. I don't know. I'll have to kind of think about some things. Because it is, like, the game is balanced for large, right? At least for multiplayer. Like, most people play on Ultra and Campaign, but... I don't know. Cavalry, too, only having 15 models, and, like, cavalry models die to everything. Like, oh, man. I'll be interested to see how Bretonia does here. Yeah, my thinking was that this would make Lords and Heroes less powerful, like, relative to infantry, but I guess monsters don't really... I mean, they lose HP, but they don't lose any weapon strength, right? And the single model artillery, I guess, is one thing that I hadn't really considered too much. But I mean, it makes sense. Definitely makes sense. I wonder how a flame cannon would do in this format. Full peasant army, get that, get the full army size. There we go. Yeah, full 40 units of peasants. Oh man, that would be a nightmare to try and micro. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It depends. It depends a lot on builds and kind of deployment and how things go, but I do think the Empire has a pretty clear advantage here. I don't know. We could see like a mass trebuchet or something, which I don't know how well that would work in this format, but yeah. I agree. I think Empire has a slight advantage. Bretonnia can... it's not as one-sided as most people think. Like, Bretonnia can hang in this matchup for sure. Like, there's only one, maybe two matchups that I think for Bretonnia that are, like, properly unwinnable. Most matchups are... you can do fine. This is one of them that's tough, but it depends. There's, like, kind of this rolling roulette of rock, paper, scissors of builds. Like steam tanks are really good here, but if you go super wide and also have enough AP to kill the steam tanks, like you can sometimes surround the Empire because they won't have enough stuff. Like demi blobs are really good at countering those wide builds, but then they can just like mop up tons and tons of cavalry, but then also they get countered by like trebuchets, right? And I mean, there's just kind of a lot of like Gotrek is good on both sides. The Empire has good, like cannons, but then like Pistoliers versus Yeomen. Like there's just a bunch of different weird kind of back and forth situations. So yeah, I even against Lewin, I would think that the Luminarch is going to be something that I would at least try, but. Maybe we'll still get Shetland in here if he's around. We can throw down a few games with him. Yeah, true. Yeah. It's funny, too, because I had originally planned this as, like, you know, a full tournament, and there were going to be other maps that we were using that were going to be super small. And I guess I could have optioned in one of those maps, done like Glacial Lake, so that the single model artillery wouldn't be as big of a factor, because you can just rush in, right? But yeah, yeah, for sure, Tamanton. I agree with that. Let's see what we got here. We'll go over the Empire build first this time. We've got, rockets. That's different. 2 rocket batteries. One of them is the Hellstorm. We've got Volkmar, a steam tank, and a Luminarch, a light wizard in the air, and an amber wizard. He's got transformation of manticores and nets and Shem's burning gaze, flagellants on foot with the Sigmar's sons, Free Company militia. Pretty straightforward for Bretonnia. King Lewin up in the air. We've got some hippos, some Royal Pegasus Knights, Damsel Lord of Heaven, Spearmen, Battle Pilgrims, Questing Knights. Pretty straightforward build as well. But yeah, the Steam Tank and the Luminarch here are going to be potentially devastating. The Luminarch does 444 missile damage over 10 seconds. Let's check in on the actual values. This is not the Tempelhof Luminarch, which, I mean, he could have potentially just combined the price of the Light Wizard with the Luminarch Fish to bring the Tempelhof, and then could have brought another hero slot, but I guess he really wanted to have that Shem's Burning Gaze just in case. We've also got Steam Tank here. Let's see. That's like, yeah, like 400 missile damage over 10 seconds. That is literally like its missile damage, 450, right? So, rockets, I don't think they're going to be very good here because they're not going to have good targets to shoot at. But yeah, I mean, because of the ultra fun situation, he might end up being okay. Just yeah, I mean, there's one rocket. This is like tabletop pretty much. This is like tabletop numbers right here. There's literally one rocket. These 30 Sterling's Revenge. Yeah, this is like pretty much tabletop numbers, right? Because like in tabletop, like you'll have units of like 30, 30 flagellants. Like there's one rocket battery. There's like, you've got your one hero with like 5 wounds. So this is actually kind of like not that far off from the tabletop. Except I think the strength scaling is just a little bit off. Just a little bit off in terms of infantry and monsters and everything. So here come the rockets. Shockingly inaccurate, and yet still doing a good amount of damage. Only like 1 or 2 rockets hit, and that's really all you need to hit, to be honest. But we'll see. Tempelhof spooling up shots, gonna 360 no scope. Where will it go? Oop, going after those Hippogriff Knights, and it picks off a model. Wow, that is very strong. Some really super strong value there. Looks like there was a cast from the Lord of Heaven's Damsel. A little bit misplaced there. Was trying to hit the Luminarch directly, but Luminarch is now going to be going after who? The Damsel, I would imagine? Nope, looks like he canceled the shot. Shem's Burning Gaze going after the Damsel now. Oh man, wow, that did so much damage. Like one cast was all you needed. But the Steam Tank is going to be exposed here. As Alaric has a chance, if he charges in here with these Questing Knights, can just get straight in on this Steam Tank and try and take it out. It really doesn't have much HP at all. Here comes the Manticore Summon. Likewise, Lewin drops down in here to try and do some good damage. He's going to get netted now. Will start to be shot up a little bit by these Free Company. He did drop down on top of the Sterling's Revenge, though, so they won't be able to get too much armor piercing. Manticore comes in, and Volkmar also comes in as well, but the Steam Tank actually hasn't taken much damage at all, as the Questing Knights are able to roll up and around this flank here. They are doing good damage to the Flagellants, but check out the friendly fire from the rocket battery, clipping the Steam Tank there. Yeah, the Steam Tank is taking some pretty consistent damage, but oh man, oh no, oh man, Lewin just gets point blank deleted by the Luminarch. Yeah, that was absolutely brutal. Oh man, yeah, single model artillery I think might need to just be banned in this format. I think it might just be straight up too strong. Oh man, that was bad. Yeah, that's more or less what I expected to happen, pretty much. Does look like the Questing Knights were able to get in and get some work done, but I mean, all the Flagellants are still going to be fighting, right? They're basically all unbreakable here. Volkmar is also unbreakable. He's taken basically no damage to rockets, even though they've killed a bunch of their own troops. They are, they're still online. They're still fighting. Bretonnia is literally all terrified, so yeah, that's pretty brutal. Oh man, that Amber Spear, that didn't even do much, but yeah, there's no way. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm gonna have to rehost this and and we'll do normal unit size settings, because, yeah, I think this didn't quite work as I intended. Yeah. Well, I understand Alric's frustration. Still, I think that's kind of a... Yeah, anyway, I won't speak much to that reaction. I understand. I don't necessarily think it's a waste of time. I mean, I had fun here. You guys had fun here. But yeah, I think we're going to do this on normal unit sizes next time, just because this is strange. But... yeah, I mean... he kind of gave himself no fighting chance, though. By picking Bretonnia, I mean, after those two games, like, if you want to give yourself a chance there, you don't pick Bretonnia, first of all. You pick the Empire yourself, and then you ban Lizardmen, because then all of the single-model artillery is off the table. And then... Hang on, let me get this joined here. Yeah, I mean, I think he just didn't necessarily set himself up for success there, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I thought that was interesting, because I felt like I learned something, like single model artillery is super strong in this format. But... So I'm gonna stick with the Dark Elves, and yeah, we're gonna see what I can do in this format. Yeah, I understand. At the same time, the reason why I didn't associate a prize pool or anything like this is because it was just, you know, experimental. Like, I wasn't necessarily expecting this to be the most competitive high-level gameplay. So, yeah. Okay. What should I do here? Alright, Tamatan, and I do think that we learned something. I do want to try this on normal, because I think that would work just a little bit better. Like, I'm not overly opposed to Lords and Heroes being extra squishy like that, because it means you have to be a lot more careful with them, and I think that rewards good gameplay. Yeah, no one dead, please. Hey, thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, and I have some ideas for some other formats too that we would even be. It would still be within just the regular tournament, like large unit settings, regular funds, and everything. And I want to do like a tag team style, but Alright, so let's get army picked here. Okay. You can play on medium? Yeah. Yeah, actually, when my laptop, when I try and play on it, like, defaults to that size. But anyway, I gotta be picking my army here. Sorry, guys, I'm getting distracted. Anyway, let me throw up a screen blocker real quick. And, oh, you know what? I trust Lord Zeus. Even if I don't, it's fine. Let's do this. Let's grab this guy on that. Okay. Then we're gonna get this guy. Then I need a caster. Let's do... Well, we got a Beastmaster, of course. We'll do lower beasts. And since we know these are going to be quite strong, I will get a Bloodrack Shrine, Siren of Red Ruin, grab a couple Bolt Throwers. Got one more single entity slot, and I think I want something with breath attacks, so let's get a dragon. Hey, Tam10, one more pledge for the channel. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's whack for sure. Okay, and then from there, I will need some other flying units, so let's grab the ROR Harpies to help protect the dragon if need be. We can get a bunch of Scourge Runner Chariots. Actually might not be bad in this format as well, because the extra missile damage. Let's grab some of them. This is the worst army I've ever made. Please, no one try and use this ever. You'll die, I think, if you try and do this. Okay, so this is a build. This is the worst build I've ever made. And we're gonna do it. Doombolt. Oh, 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 yeah, ooh, yeah, oh man. Oh, I don't have any. Like, even just one, the Doomfire Warlocks would probably be worth it. Okay, what would I need to do? I have 200 points. We just cut the Ravagers of Rakarth. You know what? We're just going to stick with this. I'm not going to take any Doombolt. I know that's probably a mistake, but... Spamming vampire heroes, calling it an exploit. What? Campaign in Total War Warhammer 1. On small, spamming vampire heroes. Yeah, that doesn't seem like an exploit to me. Yeah, Euro balls are too weak. Felix. Oh, wait. Oh, this is a weird one. I feel very strange about what's happening. You guys are going to hate me because I'm doing a little defensive diagram here, but you feel free to hate me for this. I probably deserve it. Okay, and then let's get you guys here. Oh, what did I do? This build is so bad. Oh, man.
Battle ready.
Okay, I have way too many units to micro, so we're just gonna kind of do this.
Orders? Wrangler! Sorceress of blood! Cold-blooded killers!
My 3 chariots.
Bolt throwers!
Okay, this is a thing. Diagram.
Merciless warriors.
Let's move all of you guys forward a little bit to like right here. There we go. That looks just awkward enough to be usable.
Bolt throwers. Battle ready. Chariots. Lord. We are ready.
All right. All right. Let's see how this goes. I am probably going to die horribly, but...
Attack! Beastmaster! As you say.
Just out of curiosity, will we actually hit a Lithanar?
Where's the king?
Aha! You missed!
With me! Roaring minions! Quick! Moving out! Attack! We sense battle!
Oh, don't get too close now. Nope, you guys keep shooting. You guys come back. Let's see, what's taking damage? You're taking damage, that's fine.
To destruction! Making ground! Advancing! Without question! By King! Beastmaster!
Looking good there.
Dark Elves! Chariots! Nagarothi! With haste! Going!
Whoops, that's not the right thing to use.
Unrelenting!
Nope, get out. Back out.
Advancing.
I'm gonna Manticore to fight this thing. Oh, my dragon. Letting my dragon get killed. That's not good.
Excellent. Heed the lash.
Nope. Didn't use the whiplash on him. Oh well.
Moving.
Also, these things are getting killed by a Lithanar, which is just great.
Ready. I go. With me.
And the Phoenix is dead.
Forward. Death. Merciless warriors. No survivors.
Okay, I don't think this is particularly going well for me. Somehow.
Moving.
Kind of hard to tell, but...
Bolt throwers.
I'm taking out these Reavers, which is good.
Chariots.
Sorceress of blood! Onward!
Okay. Yeah, looking good there.
Into position. Making ground. Murder awaits. Slaughter them.
Oops. Fine.
Glorious Sarius!
Shoot, come on, fire! Nope, didn't fire. That's fine.
Elfry and Aha!
Carnage awaits.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, Lithanar is super strong here for sure. I'm getting wrecked by him. Oh, and I'm dead.
Punishing them!
Yeah, no, that didn't work.
Forward. Onwards to murder.
Lithnar's too strong. He killed my whole army. Oh yeah, so Lithnar is crazy OP in this format, as it turns out. Also, I just have too many units to micro, to be realistic. I think if I had not screwed up that dragon fight, I might have had a fighting chance there, but... Yes. Yeah, single model artillery, right? It makes sense. Makes sense. So, okay, so maybe I should preserve this format then, and we'll try a tournament again next week, except everyone needs to sign up and only use a Lithanar in every game. I think I might actually, like, cast that game separately. Let me go save that autosave real quick, because that's just silly. That is just pure silliness. That's hilarious. Yeah, okay, so we need to preserve this format only for Lithanar's sake. So I think the key is that if we do this again, all single model artillery except for a Lithanar is banned. How's that for a rule? Marcus would be yes, Marcus would be pretty good too, but the thing about Marcus compared to a Lithanar, if we just quickly look here, Marcus is only 150 range, right? Or 170? 180 range, okay. So Marcus is 180 range, whereas I think a Lithanar is like 300. Yeah, 300. So he is legit artillery range as well. I think I'm going to call it a stream for now. Relatively short stream, but Yeah, I think we learned some things today. What we learned is that in small unit settings, so if you come down here to graphics, this is where we're at. Unit size. Bump that back up to large before I forget, but in small unit settings, Elithnar is OP. Single model artillery is OP. Yeah, you can even stock with the Doppelganger, the Moonbow, also, like, because normally its damage is not that great, right? But in this format, it does a ton of damage, potentially, right? So, yeah, thanks, Tam10. Yeah, I'll be playing around with this format. Probably, I'm gonna be doing more traditional hosted tournaments, I think, on the weekends, and this might be something that I flex out to, like, weekday evenings, or maybe even weekday afternoons, like, maybe like a Thursday, a weekly like Thursday or Tuesday. I don't know for sure. I'll need to figure out a good schedule for it, but yeah. Single model artillery especially is super OP in this format. So this is, I think this in the future will be known as the Elithnar format. I was tempted to call it the Steam Tank format, but I think in honor of our favorite legendary, OP legendary lord, Elithnar, we'll call this that format. So I'll be doing some tweaks. I'm probably going to run another test tournament either this week or next week, so I'll make an announcement about that. Be sure to keep your eyes peeled. Ever chosen should be in this format? No. No. By Sigmar, no. This action does not have my consent. Well, appreciate you guys. Thanks, y'all, for coming out. We will catch on the flip side. If for some reason you're not subscribed, be sure to do so. And yeah, see you next time.